What's up, guys, and welcome back to episode 4 of Feed the Beast Interactions. Last time we got started on Thorncraft, and we made the smeltery, and pretty much just got ready to start doing some Greg Tech stuff. Now, I did a couple of things in between episodes. I went mining, hit up a few different veins, processed some resources, so we've got stuff ready for today. I also made some more alchemical brass. I made this Everfull urn, which wasn't too difficult. You just need a flower pot, which is just bricks. And then that goes into the crucible with aqua, fabrico, and terra. The terra I just got from stone. It's the only element that comes from it. The fabrico I got from a crafting table, which again, is the only element that comes from it. And the aqua I got by throwing bottles of water in, which again, it's the only element that came from it. So it's quite an easy craft. I didn't have to worry about messing anything up. Did accidentally throw my thermometer into the cauldron, but we won't talk about that. And I also built this squeezer. It's just good for processing the ores. Things that aren't things like cassiterite that aren't tin ore. If you crush them up normally and throw them in the cauldron to wash them, and then in the smeltery you only get nuggets, so it just seemed easier for me to put them through the smelter. It's automated with this piston and armor and timer setup. I didn't come up with this. It's in the quest book, Compliments of Taz. And today I want to try and get as much as this done as we can, and probably get a coke oven built so we can start moving towards the LV age and actually having some power. So first things first, we need to make bronze. And I've set up ready for this. That should make us about 4 stacks of bronze dust. And then hopefully I can just throw it in here. There we go. Now, the quest book also wants us to make a brass plate. How many do we need for each of these? Just 1. Let's just make about 4 of these for now then, because I don't want to use too much because we'll get better processing methods pretty soon. So let me just make a couple of those. That gives us some zinc dust actually, so that will make it easier to make normal brass, because you can just craft this with copper to make brass dust. And I'll just wait for this to smelt up and then we'll be back. And so we finished cooking up this bronze, and I also made up some more bricks because we'll need those soon. Now, the next step is we're probably going to want this coal boiler first, and this also gives us some extra bronze plates. So to craft this, we're going to need 5 bronze plates and 3 blocks of bricks. And then we just make up the plates. And then some bricks. And I believe it was this. And that gives us the small steam coal boiler. I can't speak English today. And then, in order to make the forge hammer, which I think I want to make first, we're going to need a bronze hole, a piston, small bronze pipes, and an anvil. So you need 2 crafts of the pipes. I do have an iron wrench in here. And I do just want to take this quest reward real quick. It's a file, I also have that. And do 2 crafts of this. And then we're also going to need a bronze hole. So we need 2 more bronze plates. Just grab those. The piston, we're just going to need cobble, iron, and redstone and wood. Surprised they haven't changed that recipe. Redstone. Never remember which way around this is. 3 wood, 4 cobble. And finally we're going to need an anvil. Now, this does take 3 full blocks of iron, and the only way for me to make these is to pour them out of the melter. So I'm going to go and smelt those up real quick, and then I'll be right back. Right, so we have the blocks of iron we need now. So we can just go ahead and make an anvil. And then we should have everything we need for the steam forge hammer. Oh, we also need a bronze hull, which I have everything for. And then we can go ahead and make this steam forge hammer. I've been trying to avoid using the hammer to make plates as much as possible, because whereas it's 2 ingots for 1 plate with the hammer, with the forge hammer we can now get 2 plates from 3 ingots, so it's a lot cheaper. And I think that if we put it next to the boiler like this, then it will put steam straight in here without pipes, which will let us start making some plates that way. Just grab some coal. Now I have put the ever full urn right next to the boiler, and I'm hoping that that will provide enough water that it never dries out. So if it dries out, it can explode, and I'd rather that didn't happen. We pop that in there. Now, before it starts making any steam, I think we have to wait for the temperature to increase. And I think this bar's the temperature right here, so it's going to take a little while. I'm just going to wait for this to heat up and then I'll be back. Now that this has had a chance to heat up and fill up with some steam, we're ready to use forge hammer, which has filled up just being next to it. Now before we use it, I think we need to set the output to the top so it has somewhere to vent the steam in between crafts. And then it should be now 3 to 2. And that's much cheaper now than it was before, and the speed's pretty good as well considering. So we'll throw some more of that in there and we'll get ready for the next recipes that we need to craft. Now I think the other machine that we really need to start moving towards the LV age is the alloy smelter. This will require a bricked bronze hull. We will need some more brass as well. And also, as well as that, some more bricks which we have, and we will need to make some more of these small bronze pipes. We will also have to make some pipes probably to run along behind the machines just to provide steam power to them all as well. So I'm going to grab all the resources for the alloy smelter and then I'll be back. Okay, then we should have everything that we need to make the steam alloy smelter now. I already crafted up this bricked bronze hull, nothing too difficult. And then we can make the alloy smelter. And since we're going to have more than one machine now, I'm just going to grab a few of these medium bronze pipes to transfer the steam around. 4 of those should do for now. And then if we add the alloy smelter to the line, nice. Oh, put the output on the top rather than at the back. Start to fill up. No. These have instead filled with water by the looks of it. Okay, well I moved the Everfull urn further away. I'm not sure if it's far enough away yet. But it has filled both the machines with steam now. It seems that the urn was also filling the pipes, which is a bit of a problem, but luckily we won't need to use this system for too long. And I think those are all the machines that we actually need to make it into the LV age. Because we will need the alloy smelter in order to make this crude steel ingot that we then need to use for the infernal furnace. Do we need a particular machine for this? No. Oh, we will need the compressor as well, actually. So to make the compressor, we need 2 pistons, some more pipes, and another bronze hole. I may have enough bronze plates though. And I'm making the steam compressor. So we need 2 pistons. And then bronze hole. I'm going to need to do 2 more crafts of these, I think. Yeah, so I'm going to need to make some more bronze plates. I should have to wait for a couple of crafts of these. And these steam machines are a bit awkward to use. You can't really automate them because the output slot is where the steam comes out of and you can't block that. So we really are just trying to get into LV as soon as possible so we can start at least using some basic hopper automation. Okay, that should be everything we need to make this compressor. And we do still have the pipe left. Throw that there. And set the output from the top. And this should start filling with steam now. The urn seems to keep this filled perfectly fine, and it doesn't use a lot of fuel at least. But I do know that you can see the tank on this is empty and the tank's going down on this. And that's just running one machine, although we are filling this one at the moment as well. So these coal boilers don't really power a lot of machines. So we're only really able to use one of these at a time at the moment. Okay. So next up, we're going to want to make a coke oven. Now in order to make this, we need these coke oven bricks, as well as some iron plates and some buckets. We have the buckets and the iron plates are easy enough. In order to make these coke oven bricks, we need to take blocks of clay and throw them into a fire in wild to get these coke oven bricks. I don't have a hellfire kiln and I don't have a normal furnace. And this doesn't seem to have a recipe either. Now, I did start making up some of these coke oven bricks earlier because I knew we'd need them, but I don't think I quite have enough here. We have 26. We need 24 for that quest, 4 for this, and another one for this. So we are going to need some more. So I do have a little bit more clay. I'm just going to go and make these up back at the platform. Save the fire here, it's nice and easy. Oh, it's a little bit too close. These in-world crafts aren't too bad. They only take 10 to 20 seconds each for the most part. There we go. And that should be enough. We did need, I think, 4 iron plates. I'm just come over here and throw these in the forge hammer. We do have the buckets already. And hopefully this will be the last machines that I end up building in here. I do want to start getting a proper base up and going. It's just much easier down here when I don't really have many blocks and any real defensives. It's 2 buckets and a coke oven brick, and then the 4 plates, a wrench, and 4 coke oven bricks for that. And the 4 iron plates. And a hatch, and then we have 25 bricks left, which I believe is enough. I'm just going to need to clear up a little bit more space for this, so I will be right back when I've made the multi-block. It's the multi-block setup, and I'm hoping we can put this through. Let me put this through in blocks. Normally better to do it that way, we can. And now that we have the compressor, we should just be able to throw the coal in here first, and this should make our blocks for us. This one's a little bit slower. And we do get a free block of coal coke for that. And I'm going to need this Thorncraft research to continue. Yeah, and then if we throw that in there, it's the normal very slow coke oven, so I'll just try and keep this running as much as I can. And hopefully that's working. It is lit up. Next we're going to need to work on this infernal furnace. Yeah, infernal furnace. So to make the crude steel ingots, we have to alloy coal dust and iron. And then I need some obsidian, which I can get from either lava, or I will probably just get it out of the EMC table. Iron bars, these aren't too difficult to make. I actually have a few, but I'm not sure how many I need. I need to look at the Thormonomicon. And then these nether bricks. Now these will be the hardest thing to make by the looks of it, because I need to make fire bricks. How many of these do I need? 12. I'm going to need to make 12 fire bricks. That's 48 of these, which is going to be what, 24 brick dust, 24 clay dust. I'll probably just crush this up using a mortar rather than the macerator for now. And I will be back once I've got that underway. Okay, so I've grabbed the clay and the bricks, as well as a couple of these flint mortars. I don't know if we'll need more than one, but just to be sure. Oh yeah, definitely will. Might need to make another one actually. Yeah, we will. Where's my flint? Flint and stone. Okay, and then we can mix this dust together to get the fire clay dust. And this needs to go in the compressor. It's going to take a little while to compress down. Still haven't finished this. I don't actually see much of a use for coke coal. I think this is mostly for making charcoal from wood, and also probably for the creosote. But I'll just make up some coke coal for now. It never hurts to have some. It's good fuel if nothing else. And can I cook these up in this? I can, thank God. I have to go and use the kilns for that. And to make these crude steel ingots, I need some coal dust or charcoal dust and iron. Maybe I'll just make up a little bit for now. just to get us started. Did I use up all of that mortar? I think I did. Okay, that works out pretty well. And then I think we're right for steam. We just throw these in the alloy smelter. And that will give us this crude steel ingot. Yeah, I'm mostly just waiting for these resources to process up now. I'll go and grab some EMC for the table, just because it's probably the easiest way to get the obsidian, and then I'll be right back when everything's done processing. Okay, so I think I have all of the stuff I'm going to need for this furnace now. It doesn't look like too complicated a multi-block. I'm just going to need to make up these fire bricks. Thought that was how I did it. Oh, in the work table, of course. And okay, that's what I need the creosote for. I just and hopefully I made a few of these hammers. I will actually need to quickly change these around the pure daisy. And there we go. Can I vein mine these? I can. Brilliant. So these will be here. Fill the boss in with the obsidian. And then those are the same as in below. And there. Now, the gloves actually broke, so just excuse me burning myself here. And then for the top layer, it's just going to be the same again. That should be all of it. And then we're just going to do one Salis Mundus, which I'll just grab, and then I'll be right back. Yeah, I just made up some Salis Mundus really quickly, and there we go. And that's the multi-pot made. And we drop stuff in and it comes out the front. I'm not sure if it comes out here or up here. So hopefully if we chuck in a few of these, and here it's giving us some steel nuggets and some slag. It looks like I'm getting 3 per, so super. One more then. Okay. And then hopefully we can just make an ingot like this. And that will complete this quest. Yeah, just to finish up, I made some of these arcane bellows, which should increase the amount of nuggets that I get from each crude steel I throw in. So it's 2 by default. There is 4 sets of arcane bellows, one on each side, one on the back and one on the bottom. And these were really easy to craft. And it's just in the arcane workbench, and I got the these crystals as a quest reward. It's just wood, leather, and iron. And then I stuck a chest in front of it to automate the output. And now I should just be able to throw this in here. And looks like we're only getting 12 per. Did I misplace one of the bellows? Yeah, I think this one's placed properly. There we go. What about this one? No, I should be getting 8 per. Yeah, it's more like it. And I think that's about all we've got time for today. In between episodes, I am definitely going to start on a base, because I don't want to start putting LV machines down here and proper power setups. So I'm not sure how much of a base I'll get up by the next episode, but I'll at least get something basic up we can start building in. And I'll smelt up a bunch more steel, because we're going to need a load to do all the LV recipes. As usual, if you've got any feedback, feel free to leave it in the comments. Thanks ever so much for watching, guys, and I will see you next episode. See ya!